What's going on? Welcome back to Fanatic Journey. So today I want to talk to you about Ethereum Classic. I want to go over some of the current data points, what's really affecting ETC right now, and then aside from that, why I feel that a squeeze is on the verge of occurring. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So right now it is up 9.48%, sitting at $30.59 over the last 24 hours, 17.08 million for volume. So that's starting to tick back up, and that's usually a good sign that higher highs might be coming. But as well as I've brought up in the past, usually comparing ETC to Bitcoin is fairly good, and typically whenever ETC does outperform Bitcoin, usually results in a squeeze. So as over the last 1 month, you've seen periodically a couple of instances where ETC does kind of outperform Bitcoin, and most recently over the last 1 month that is starting to occur. So ETC over the last 1 month is up 63.71% and Bitcoin is up 48.57%. A lot of people are just generally watching for Bitcoin to hit that kind of iconic 100,000, but until that does happen, I think just the positive momentum that's happening in the broader market is starting to trickle down to altcoins. And so ETC is kind of benefiting. As of right now, though, it is ranked number, I believe it is 30 based on market cap. So not necessarily the best. So it's somewhat lagging, but still, in my opinion, this is where a squeeze attribute could really propel it higher. So a couple of things I do want to bring up. One is this, and I feel like a lot of people aren't really talking about this. I like to analyze the data behind the scenes. I'm not sure if you can tell based on a lot of my videos, but I like to analyze everything, and that gives you a good insight of what might be coming. So on a week over week basis, there was $22.21 billion leaving money markets to go to other markets such as equity and crypto. So this is why you've seen a uptick in the volume in ETC and just across the board, because there is this rotation that's happening. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. This 22 billion, I know it sounds like a lot, but there is $6.65 trillion sitting in money markets. So I have brought this up in the past. So a lot of people like to kind of look back at what happened in 2021 and wonder exactly why. Yes, there was an inflow of capital, but that is because people saw opportunity. So between 2020 and 2021, it went from roughly about 5 to around $4.5 trillion. So kind of tip of the iceberg for the most part. Now we are at all-time highs. So if this rotation, which I do feel is coming, will start, this is where it going and sitting at $30 right now is just like, it's going to blow that out of proportion. And not just ETC, I'm talking absolutely everything. Everything will get more and more volume, propelling it higher. So this is where at the same time you are seeing just the appetite for risk just through the roof. I can't talk right now, but the fear and greed index right now is under the extreme greed category, so 93, meaning people just want to buy any and all crypto. And so I have been projecting this. I did post this on my Patreon. So I did launch a Patreon where I'm giving buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. And I still do realistically see the short-term price target as $35. So when this did come out, it was at like the $20-ish range. And so as of right now, I do feel that this is on the verge of coming to fruition. And plus, aside from that, I have been doing a lot of other kind of predictions like this that have come to massive like home runs. So definitely pop over to my Patreon and take a look. I have a lot of good stocks, like I said, crypto, options, everything to appease everyone. But like I said, with this rotation, a lot of people, actually, to be fully honest, I don't think anyone is talking about this big rotation. People are just seeing crypto go up and without really any explanation. A lot of people are just looking at kind of articles. Oh yeah, this is going up on a technical basis. This is going up because of this, but not really understanding why. Why is this all occurring? And so essentially, yeah, I think higher highs are coming. A lot of big names are starting to realize that, hey, I probably screwed up by not getting into Bitcoin. Crypto, I believe Citibank just stated that. So I think there's going to be more continued money getting into crypto and a lot more of this type of scenario. So just pulling up LQR. So LQR House recently did put out some news where they are kind of going to be buying up to $1 million for their treasury reserve. So I think more companies are going to be really moving towards this, whether it be a full-on investment or just moving and integrating from USD to obviously Bitcoin. Again, as ETC and other coins kind of do develop, Solana, you'll have more maybe that as options as well. So yeah, I think there's a lot more upside to come in reality. And generally speaking, shorts have been returning quite a lot. So look at all this red activity. This is all shorts kind of returning. So this shows all the liquidations that is happening. So right now we are going through a little bit of a squeeze, but still in relation to what is out there, there's still tenfold that this can go up. So right now there's around $697,000 in shorts kind of returning. So generally positive stuff if you ask me. Moving over to the actual chart. So I do have the 1 week chart up right now, ALMA, 50, 100, 200-day moving average, super trend, as well as stochastic RSI. So this is where you're seeing the big breakout. It just got over that 200-day moving average, which was sitting at $28.67. So essentially, the next stop is going to be between that $35 to $36 range. And in my opinion, I think that is going to come probably tonight, if not tomorrow. That's if my crystal ball is correct. But even aside from that, if it does kind of linger around here for a little bit, I'm okay with that. It's moved up quite a lot, but still I think there's a lot more room to move up. So it is above all the key data points that I like to look at. Moving over to the 1 day, because of course the 1 day feeds into the 1 week, 4 into the 1 day, and so forth and so forth. So the 1 day, this is where you're starting to see the basis of the breakout. The 4 hour, you had some hesitation a little bit, but this is still very, very optimistic. The 1 hour, this is a little bit of consolidation, but still, honestly, every single one is above the ALMA, showing signs of a continued push higher. So yeah, a lot of people don't like ETC because if you kind of zoom out bigger picture, the price action has sucked. Largely just absolutely horrible. But if you do and did kind of average down accordingly and believe in it bigger picture, then yeah, there's going to be a lot of higher highs coming. And this is a good representation of that rotation of capital that happened to, for instance, ETC, other coins, stocks, a lot of things just moved up higher in 2021. Kind of going back over to this rotation. So just this small blip right here caused a huge inflow of capital, and look how high it went. So it had a high of, it looks like $179. So not saying that that will happen, but potentially you could see this cycle maybe around that 70s possibly, but anything's possible with crypto. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Where do you see things going realistically in the short term? Do you think this is going to fizzle out roughly around that 35 or even where it is now? Or do you think that this is kind of the reckoning of pushing higher and it's going to stay there permanently? So what's your viewpoint? Like I stated, definitely pop over there to my Patreon, take a look at a lot of my predictions, a lot of home runs, stocks, crypto options, everything like that. So with all that, I appreciate all of you watching.